you're listening to Cycles of Life podcast. Welcome to another mini episode. Today I want to talk about how I organise my time to be able to achieve more, how I plan to get more stuff done really. So if you didn't know, I actually have a full-time work. So I have a full-time job, I work in HR, I work in learning and development. So my full-time job is a trainer, so I deliver workshops to different people. But of course, I'm also running this business on the side as well. So often people ask me, how do I manage that? How can I be so productive in both jobs? Because I do achieve things on both sides. So that's what I want to talk about. Actually, what helps me to stay organised? What helps me, how I plan myself, etc. So what I start with actually is something that I've been trialing for the last few months now. For about 6 months now. It's something that is called the 12-week year. So there's a really good book about it. I will link it below as well, so you can read that if you want. But basically the premise is that you treat every quarter like a year. So instead of setting yourself annual goals, because they're so hard to achieve, who knows where you're going to be in a year's time. So instead of that, you actually set yourself quarterly goals. So every 3 months, I set myself some specific goals, what things that I want to achieve. I normally try to go for no more than 3 different goals. So it's normally 3 work related, and one of them tends to be around kind of well-being, my own personal well-being as well. So having those 3 areas that I'm working on is really helpful. So I've set those goals and then I break them down. I'm breaking them down by months. So what do I want to achieve specifically with that goal in mind? In a month's time, in a week's time, in a day's time as well. So I'll break it down as small as I possibly can. So for example, if I say I want to grow my podcast, I break it down and think about actually, if I want to grow it, how many interviews do I need to record? How many solo episodes I need to do? How many different channels potential I need to explore? Where can I promote my podcast? What posts, etc. So break that down really in small little manageable chunks. And that kind of comes to my next point, is that actually setting very clear goals, being very specific. So if you want a bit more help with that, I do have a workbook that's called Spring Workbook, so you can download it, and that will help you to break down some of the goals as well. I'm sharing some of my ideas, some of the tools that really help me when it comes to setting goals. But yeah, being very clear with my goals is something that is incredibly important, because I don't know if you've heard the theory, but they say that we make about 30,000 decisions every single day. So if you finished work and you have 2 hours to spare and you know, actually, I'm going to work on this project that I really wanted to work on for a long time, you sit down in front of your laptop and you just feel empty. You just cannot think what to do. And that is sometimes because you had to make too many decisions already. So it's really hard to decide what to focus on now. So that's why I always talk about being very specific about your goals, about your targets. So when you do have that time, you can just open your laptop, open up your planner and say, actually, right, this week I need to accomplish these 3 things. I'll do one of them. So it makes your life so much easier when it comes to that. But yeah, be very clear about your goals. What do they look like? What each step looks like as well. Another point as well is having a very clear content planner. So that's something that really helps me. So in my content planner, I have blog posts, my podcast episodes, my Instagram posts as well. So everything is kept in one place. And I do use Notion for that. I love Notion. I've been using it for a while now. There's loads of really good tutorials as well, how to set that up. But you don't have to use it at all. I just find that when it's really useful to have everything together. So you might be surprised that actually I batch create a lot of my content. So I do aim to release about a podcast episode every other week. Apart obviously from this mini ones, sometimes I just go for it and release more than that. But yeah, I tend to do a podcast episode every other week, and then every other week I also post a blog post, and then I'm relatively active on Instagram. So actually I do create a lot of this stuff in advance. So I do tend to do all of my podcast recording a month in advance, so everything is scheduled, ready to go. So are my blog posts and quite a lot of my Instagram reels. are as well. There's a little secret there for you. So everything is sitting there in drafts, ready to be published. So then on a weekly basis, I can just go in and post whatever needs to be posted and then just quickly promote it. So it makes my life so much easier. So I do recommend that as well. Being organised, knowing your own how you work best, that really helps me to achieve more as well. Another thing as well that is really useful when it comes to, especially kind of in regards to content planner, specifically, it's having a list with content ideas. So I normally spend a day a month just sitting down and a bit brainstorming. So what I want to be talking about this month, what topics I want to cover, and I write them all down. And then from that, I can write a blog post, record a podcast episode, create some reels, and your other social media posts as well. So yeah, all of this actually, so these are sort of systems that I've been working on for a long time. They work for me, obviously, clearly, and that's why I think it's helpful to share it with others as well. So if you want to learn more about this, I'm actually going to be running a very exciting workshop on the 14th of June at 10 a.m. It's just completely free, will be just 1 hour workshop, but we'll share with you how I organise myself, what are some of the theories behind that. We'll share some top tips, just how to be more organised, how to prioritise things a little bit more in life, so you can actually create things. And you can create time to achieve more and work on the goals that you want to grow and go forward. So yeah, if you would like to join, please sign up. It's completely free. I will leave a link below. And also, if you cannot make that date, do not worry. If you are signed up, I will send you a replay within probably 24 hours. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm sure we'll speak very soon, and bye for now.